Fade in, int. Upscale restaurant. Evening. A warm yet refined restaurant hums with activity, filled with diners enjoying their meals. Lisa, a sharp-tongued but efficient waitress in her mid-twenties, moves swiftly between tables, taking orders with practiced ease. In one corner, an older man sits quietly, simple button-up, jeans, watching the room with a calm presence. It's Clint Eastwood. Lisa scoffs under her breath. Great. Another old-timer hogging a prime table. Probably just here for the free bread. She strides over, barely masking her impatience. Lisa. Flat. Uninterested. What can I get you? And let's make it quick, yeah? We're busy. Clint lifts his gaze, his piercing eyes locking onto hers. Steady, unreadable. Clint. Small smirk. I'll take the special. And a coffee. Black. Lisa smirks right back. Figures. Old guys and their strong coffee. Lisa. Hope you can afford it. This ain't a diner. Nearby diners glance over, sensing the tension. But Clint, unbothered. He takes a slow sip of water, then raises an eyebrow. Clint, smirking. You always this friendly to customers? Lisa scoffs. Lisa. Only to the ones who act like they belong here. Before Clint can respond, a man in a suit, James, the restaurant manager, hurries over, his face pale as a sheet. His eyes dart between Clint and Lisa, panic written all over him. James, stammering, horrified. Mr. Eastwood, I didn't see you come in. I hope everything's to your liking. Lisa freezes. Her eyes widen. The tables nearby fall silent. Lisa, confused, hesitant. Wait. Mr. Eastwood. Clint sets his water glass down, leans back, and watches her squirm. Then, Clint, chuckling. That's right. I own this place. Lisa's face drains of color. Her mouth opens, then shuts, scrambling for words. Lisa, small voice. I didn't know. Clint nods, unfazed. Clint. Yeah, I got that. A tense beat. Then, his expression softens slightly. Clint, calm, firm. But I believe in second chances. If you want to keep your job, start treating people with respect. Suit or jeans, it shouldn't matter. Lisa, now humbled, bobs her head quickly. Lisa, genuine, regretful. Why yes, sir. I'm really sorry. Clint gives a small smile. Clint. Good. Now. About that coffee. Lisa wastes no time, rushing off, this time eager to serve him properly. The restaurant hums back to life. But the lesson? It lingers. Fade out. Fade in, int. Upscale restaurant. Night. Lisa looks down, feeling the weight of Clint's words. Clint. Calmly. You believe people can change? Lisa exhales, nodding slightly. Clint. You like this job? Lisa, caught off guard, looks up. Lisa, surprised. I mean, yeah, I do. Clint, nodding. Then take some advice from an old-timer. It's not just about getting orders right. It's about how you treat people. You never really know who's sitting at your table. Lisa takes in the lesson, nodding firmly. Lisa, sincere. I won't forget that. Clint, satisfied, takes another sip of his coffee. Lisa, feeling a little lighter, straightens her posture. Lisa, with a small smile. Would you like anything else? On the house. Clint, grinning. Nah, just the bill. But if you really want to make it up to me, keep up the good work. For the first time, Lisa smiles, Genuinely. Lisa. Yes, sir. As she walks off, there's a newfound respect in her step. Clint watches her go, shaking his head with an amused chuckle. James, the manager, approaches, still visibly nervous. James, stammering. Mr. Eastwood, I deeply apologize for. Clint waves a hand, cutting him off. Clint. No need. Just keep an eye on your staff. With that, he leaves a generous tip on the table, then stands, adjusting his jacket. As he exits, Lisa watches him go, a quiet understanding passing between them. A lesson learned. Fade out. Fade in. Int. Upscale restaurant. Later that night. As the restaurant winds down, Lisa, now more composed, clears Clint Eastwood's table. Picking up the receipt, her eyes widen at the sight of the tip. Several crisp $100 bills stacked neatly beneath the coffee cup. Lisa, muttering in disbelief. No way. She glances toward the entrance, just as Clint steps onto the sidewalk. Without thinking, she rushes after him. Next restaurant. Night. Clint strolls leisurely down the dimly lit street. Lisa hesitates for a moment, then calls out. Lisa, panting slightly. Mr. Eastwood. Clint stops, turning back with a raised eyebrow. Lisa, catching her breath. You left way too much money. Clint, grinning. Did I? Lisa, flustered. Yes. I mean, I don't deserve this. Not after how I treated you. Clint studies her for a long moment before nodding, impressed. Clint, that's the first honest thing you've said all night. Lisa looks down, embarrassed. Clint, calmly. But tell me this. Did you learn something today? Lisa nods, more certain this time. Lisa, yeah. A lot, actually. Clint, smirking. Good. Then you earned it. Lisa hesitates, then clutches the money, gratitude washing over her. Lisa, softly. Thank you, sir. Clint, nodding. Just do me a favor. Lisa, eagerly. Anything. Clint, with a knowing smile. Next time an old-timer walks in, treat him like you'd treat me now. A real smile spreads across Lisa's face. Lisa, genuine. I will. Satisfied, Clint tips his hat, then continues down the street, disappearing into the night. Lisa watches him go, a new sense of respect in her eyes. Fade to black. Fade in. Int. Upscale restaurant. Late night. Lisa re-enters the restaurant, still clutching the generous tip in her hand. She pauses, taking a moment to process everything. Jenny, her co-worker, approaches, raising an eyebrow. Jenny, curious. Well, what happened? Lisa smirks. Lisa, shaking her head. Let's just say, I got the lesson of a lifetime. Jenny glances at the cash. Jenny, teasing. And a tip that could cover your rent. Lisa chuckles, carefully tucking the bills into her apron pocket. Across the room, James, still on edge from earlier, watches her. He walks over, lowering his voice. James, firmly. Lisa, I should probably write you up for that stunt earlier. Lisa braces herself, nodding, knowing she deserves it. But, James, sighing. But if Mr. Eastwood's willing to let it go, so am I. Lisa exhales in relief. Lisa, earnest. Thank you. I promise it won't happen again. James, serious, but understanding. Good. Because not every customer is gonna be that forgiving. He gives her a knowing look before walking away. Lisa, feeling the weight of his words, straightens up. Lisa, to herself, determined. Time to do better. She turns to a nearby table where an elderly man in a worn-out jacket sits alone, scanning the menu uncertainly. Taking a breath, she approaches, this time with warmth. Lisa, bright, welcoming. Hi there, sir. Welcome in. Can I start you off with something to drink? Maybe a fresh cup of coffee? The elderly man looks up, pleasantly surprised. Elderly man, small smile. That would be nice, miss. Thank you. Lisa nods, a genuine smile on her face, and heads toward the kitchen with purpose. The restaurant hums with warmth as the night carries on. Fade out. Fade in. Int. Upscale restaurant. The next morning. A quieter morning. The calm after a busy night. Lisa steps inside, a renewed sense of confidence in her stride. She adjusts her uniform, takes a deep breath. From behind the counter, Jenny waves her over. Jenny, cheerful. Good morning, boss. Lisa blinks, surprised. Lisa, laughing. What? Jenny, grinning. You're acting like one. Lisa chuckles, but there's something different about her today. A lightness. She's ready to face the day, and it shows. Lisa, playful. Guess I gotta earn it first. The shift begins. Lisa moves with purpose, taking her first order. A middle-aged woman looks up from her menu. Woman, sweetly. I'll have the eggs Benedict, please. Lisa, smiling. Coming right up. There's a new grace in her movements now. Confidence, warmth. James watches her closely, then pulls her aside. James, observing. You've been different today. I like it. Lisa nods, voice softer now. Lisa, I've learned a lot lately. James smirks. James, it shows. You might just be getting the hang of this after all. Lisa smiles, genuinely grateful. Across the room, a familiar face walks in. Clint Eastwood, dressed casually but still carrying that same quiet authority. Lisa spots him instantly and calls out warmly. Lisa, grinning. Good to see you again, Mr. Eastwood. Clint gives her a nod, clearly impressed. Fade out. Fade in. Int. Upscale restaurant. Night. Clint raises an eyebrow, noticing something different. Clint, curious. Something's changed. What happened? Lisa grins. Lisa, smirking. Let's just say, I learned a lesson the hard way. Clint chuckles, shaking his head. Clint, amused. I had a feeling you would. He takes his usual seat at a corner table. This time, Lisa approaches with steady confidence. No hesitation, just professionalism. Lisa, warmly. Would you like the usual, or are you in the mood for something new today? Clint, smiling. I'll try something new. Surprise me. Lisa pauses briefly, considering, then nods and heads toward the kitchen. As she passes by Jenny, she leans in, whispering. Lisa, whispering, excited. I'm actually going to surprise him. I think he'll like it. Jenny grins. Jenny, teasing. Look at you stepping up. I'm proud of you. A few moments later, Lisa returns with a carefully plated dish, the chef's special. She sets it down in front of Clint with a confident smile. Lisa, brightly. Here you go, sir. Hope you enjoy it. Clint glances at the plate, then back at her, raising an eyebrow, clearly impressed. Clint, grinning. Looks great. He takes a bite, pausing for a moment, then nods in approval. Clint, satisfied. Perfect. I'd say you've definitely earned your place here. Lisa beams, feeling a swell of pride at how far she's come. Lisa, genuinely. Thank you, Mr. Eastwood. That really means a lot. Clint, nodding. Just remember, it's the little things that make the difference. Lisa watches him for a moment, gratitude in her eyes. Then, with renewed confidence, she moves on to check on other customers. The restaurant feels lighter, warmer, more inviting. She's not just another waitress anymore. She's someone who truly understands the value of kindness and humility. Fade out. Fade in. Int. Upscale restaurant. 1 week later. The restaurant is bustling, but there's a different energy now. Something smoother, more connected. The staff moves effortlessly, their interactions with customers filled with warmth and professionalism. Lisa, now clearly more confident, walks between tables, offering genuine smiles and keeping a friendly rapport with guests. She stops at a table where a young couple sits, eager to provide them with excellent service. Lisa, cheerfully, "Hi there. How are we doing today? Can I start you off with anything?" The young woman smiles. Young woman, pleasantly, "We're good, thanks. Actually, we've heard a lot about today's special. Think we should try it?" Lisa grins, nodding. Lisa, enthusiastic, "Absolutely. It's amazing today, trust me. You won't regret it." She takes their order and moves on, a sense of satisfaction in her step. As she passes by a quiet corner booth, she notices Clint sitting there again, observing the restaurant just like he did on his first visit. This time, when he looks up and meets her gaze, there's something different, a knowing smile. Lisa nods back, smiling warmly. Lisa, genuine. "Good to see you again, Mr. Eastwood." Clint, smirking. "You look like you belong here now. How's the shift going?" Lisa, breezy. "Better than ever. Everything's running smoothly today." She makes her rounds, checking on tables, ensuring everything is just right. As she passes Clint again, he calls her over. "Clint, seriously, you've come a long way. You're running this place like you own it now." Lisa laughs lightly, shaking her head, not fully convinced, but clearly touched by the compliment. Fade out. Fade in. Int. Upscale restaurant. Night. Lisa, nodding, realizing. "You were right. It's not just about serving food. It's about creating an experience." Clint nods in approval. Clint, thoughtful. "That's exactly it. People don't just remember a good meal. They remember how they felt while having it." Lisa pauses, letting his words sink in. Then, a grin spreads across her face. Lisa, smirking. "Guess I finally figured that out." Clint leans back, clearly pleased with her growth. Clint, chuckling. "Well, you've earned it. Keep this up, and who knows? You might even be running this place someday." Lisa blushes slightly, but her pride is unmistakable. She gives a small nod, feeling validated. Lisa, genuine. "Maybe one day. But for now, I'm just happy doing my part." She turns and heads off to check on other tables. As the night unfolds, Lisa moves with more ease, handling even the toughest customers with grace and poise. Across the room, the manager, James, watches from behind the bar, nodding to himself. James, muttering, amused. Looks like someone's finally got it. As the restaurant winds down, Lisa steps outside for a quick break. She leans against the doorframe, gazing at the city, feeling a quiet peace she hadn't known before. After a moment, the restaurant door swings open. Clint steps out, pausing when he sees her. Clint, softly. "You all right?" Lisa turns to him with a smile. Lisa, genuine. "Yeah. For the first time in a long time, I actually feel like I'm right where I belong. Clint nods, a small, knowing smile on his face. Clint, approaching, voice warm. That's the best feeling there is. Hold on to that, kid. Lisa watches as Clint walks off into the night, gratitude swelling in her chest. She glances back at the restaurant, the warm hum of life still carrying on inside. This was her world now, a place where she truly understood the power of respect, humility, and kindness. Lisa exhales, a quiet determination settling in. Lisa, softly, to herself. I've got this. Fade out. The end.